Hey there, YouTubers. Have you ever wanted to create a tablet of your own? It may seem like an unnecessary task, but for some of our clients, creating a touchscreen solution for prototyping or operations hardware may be necessary to support multiple peripherals. In this episode, we will review each of the parts you'll need to build one and how to assemble it. These beautiful things are controller boards. The controller board is the device which connects the computer, LCD, and touch panel together. Without it, your computer might have the capability to act as a controller if it has all the right inputs, but this often creates too much of a power draw on a computer as small as the Raspberry Pi, which could cause it to crash. For the sake of this demo, we're only using controller boards. We have two controller boards here to review, right here and right here. These products sell for about $20 and might be purchased as a package with LCD screens like the 7-inch non-touch LCD, which we reviewed in our LCD chapter. These devices are charged by 12 volts of direct current, which you can charge with any standard AC/DC adapter like this one. As you can see, they are equipped with a VGA, HDMI, and a TTL out port for the ribbon cable connection to the LCD. They may also have 4, 5, and or 6-pin connectors for peripherals such as a compatible touch panel. Here, 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 and here. I'll give you a closer look. This is your ribbon cable connection for your LCD, VGA, HDMI, and your power is going to be over here. Each controller board also comes with a separate module for screen mode buttons like power, source, and menu controls with navigation. These are connected via ribbon cable, and both pieces are typically included. So here's your ribbon cable. Here's another ribbon cable right here next to those buttons. I'll give you a closer look. We'll be using this device for our demo because the LCD's 30-pin cable fits quite nicely. You'll also notice that both controller boards also have circuit board pins for additional peripherals. Right here, 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 and here, as well as here. The second item was created specifically for Raspberry Pis, so it's a great solution and one which I've successfully used in the past. We'll do a demo of this with our incorrect touch panels later on in this episode. As you'll see, however, the circuit board is actually replaced with GPIO pins specifically for the use of jumper cables. You may want to take note of the model information on the backside if you're interested. Here's a closer look. Here are some of our pins and the model information. Here's where the circuit board is, and on the back side, it'll be tough to see in the video, but it'll tell you the voltage for each. Oh, and the model information. The Raspberry Pi, if you're not familiar, is an extremely small, effective, and inexpensive computer created for IoT learning by the Raspberry Pi Foundation in the UK. Other similar products are the Orange Pi and the Arduino. This tutorial will not go in depth into the Raspberry Pi's many features, available operating systems, and GPIO microcontrollers and microcontroller programming. So if you're interested in that, please take a look at our other episodes. In this demo, we have 3 Raspberry Pis, which can all be used to accomplish our goals. Here we have the early model, the Raspberry Pi 1A. This retails for around $20 to $25 these days. It works quite well, but may require E0 configuration for wireless connectivity with an adapter. I've had some inconsistent results with different all-in-one LCD touch modules as well, where even the drivers weren't good enough. In our demo, we'll be using the Raspberry Pi 3 Model B+. It retails for around $40, comes with additional GPIO pins in comparison to its predecessor, as well as doubling the USB ports, which reduces our need for splitters. We're using this mostly because we want to attach a number of devices to our tablet, like external cameras and other KVM equipment. I'll give you a closer look. There are your pins, 4 USB, HDMI, Ethernet. This is my wireless adapter. In addition to HDMI, USB, and Ethernet, both Pis are equipped with 2 ribbon cable inputs for display screens and cameras. This will allow you to bypass the controller board if you want to go directly to the Pi. There are some power draw risks involved in doing that, though. So if you have more peripherals, take that into consideration. Both devices also have AV jacks. One of the newest arrivals of the past few years is the Raspberry Pi Zero, which is a $5 microcomputer, right here. Aside from the excellent cost, the profile is super low, making this ideal for a tablet. This device does not come with Ethernet though, so you'll have to buy an adapter or upgrade to its cousin, the Raspberry Pi W, which retails for $10 with a built-in wireless card. This little guy also comes with a micro HDMI, which is fairly easy to find these days. And a micro USB port to act as its only USB port. This means if you want to connect your keyboard and mouse, you'll have to buy a splitter.
In order to create a more attractive device, we'll want to create only one single power input. Since the controller board requires 12 volts and the Raspberry Pi only requires 5 volts, we will use a DC converter to drop the 12 volt power source to 5 volts. These retail for about $5.
Alternatively, you can program your SD card on a different Pi and swap the SD card over to your Pi Zero afterwards. Sometimes there are driver issues when doing this, so you may want to just use a splitter until it comes time to close the tablet's chassis. All 3 devices are charged by micro USB chargers. Just like the one you see here. You may purchase a case for these devices like this one, and a circuit board like this one. This is great for helping to manage your GPIO-enabled devices. All 3 devices also use MicroSD cards as their disk. For the older one, you'll need an adapter, but for the newer ones, you can just slide it right in there. These next 2 modules are all-in-one screen modules at 7-inch and 5-inch, with a touch panel and LCD screen, as well as controller board. The pixel ratio can be found on the back of each module, which doubles as a controller board. As you'll see, the touch panel and LCD screens are both connected via ribbon cable to the controller board on the back, which allows it to plug directly into the Raspberry Pi. The 5-inch version also comes with a GPIO pin mount, which allows it to mount directly to the Raspberry Pi. That's this thing right here. We'll bring in a Raspberry Pi so you can see what I'm talking about. Here are the GPIO pins, and they'll just plug in right directly in there. It also has an HDMI plug to connect the two. These are ideal for quick solutions, but not what we're aiming at for this demo. Each has a backlight switch to turn the module's display as visible or invisible, basically on or off, and a micro USB input for power.
Instead of using a pre-built module like this one, we will use an LCD panel from a laptop. You can find these on most e-commerce marketplaces. Ours is a 15.6-inch WXGA LCD panel with a 30-pin cable. This can be connected directly to the controller board's video input. These typically retail for around $30 to $50. Since we are building a tablet, we will want touchscreen capabilities. Touchscreens can come in a variety of types like capacitive, infrared, or resistive. To learn the difference in these screen types, please review our other episodes. For this tablet, we've used capacitive and infrared screens. Be sure that the capacitive module is the same size and dimension as your LCD panel. These can vary greatly in price, anywhere from $60 to $120 depending upon the size. We've found infrared touch panels to be an extremely comparable and effective solution to a reduced cost touch panel. Our 15.6-inch module was $65, while most other capacitive alternatives were closer to $90. This particular device is USB connected directly to the Raspberry Pi to handle both the device's power and transmit the touch signal. Now that you have all your parts, let's go through a step-by-step assembly with the diagram we've created earlier.
That completes this demonstration. We hope you found it helpful and enjoy your new tablet. For more videos, be sure to subscribe below.